Do I need to look there or here? I'm Sophie Vazeen. I am the Assistant Vice President of Accounting at Washington Holdings in Seattle, Washington. Everybody wants data. They want it real time. Think about how our attention span now is shorter and shorter. We had those AOL days where we were waiting for the dial-up, and now if you don't get something loaded in 2 seconds, you're wondering where it is. And so because of that, I think there's an important need to keep our accounting records as accurate and as real-time as possible. And so you can rely on the data. You don't need to confirm with 3 or 4 different people at your company because you have the tools in front of you. Prior to implementing Facility Manager, we were operating on another platform, and there was no visibility. Only the R&M crew, we have an internal R&M crew of about 15 members, and a couple accountants maybe had access. And so it was challenging to know the status of various work orders, to really even enter a work order. That came, from our tenant services. We have 3 on staff that will answer phone calls from tenants and enter in work orders. We also have our own internal work orders for our capital projects, as well as our preventative maintenance for over 1,000 pieces of equipment. And so you can imagine, that there's a lot going on. And we realized very quickly that as we were implementing Facility Manager, that it only made sense for us to also implement CommercialCafe. Not even necessarily for the tenant payments of rent, but mainly so that they can start to enter their own work orders. Now we can do all of that just seamlessly. We added workflows for the work order approvals, which, if you can imagine, everything was done via PDF and emailing and going to the wrong construction manager and then having to get re-emailed and then reminders to sign and before it gets to me, and then we're putting together a journal entry to get it booked where it needs to go. And so now, we can bill the tenant immediately, and this again ties back to our cash needs. We have already received some feedback to add additional menu sets so they could have others at their company enter in work orders but not see the lease information. And so great to see them in there really using it, managing their own contacts, which is another thing that our accountants were doing. And of course, we have all these spreadsheets that also would need to get updated once that happened. And now it's just a seamless transition to just having them do it. And even our tenant services representatives learning Yardi as well, and entering in when a new lease is signed, entering in all those additional contacts instead of having a database of contacts. They now are entering them on the lease, and they're sending out email communications. They are now sending them from CommercialCafe. So it's just kind of like the possibilities are endless. My experience has been great. I actually have been using Yardi for 10 plus years across 3 different companies, and going from Yardi Genesis to Yardi Voyager. It's just been, really exciting to see them as a company listening to our feedback and really making adjustments as they say they do. Mr. Yardi said that, I laughed when he said that, you annoy us, and I'm sure we annoy you, but it really is like a family, it works, it's great. I just really love the product. I think it's just so unique in the sense that they're not doing too much, but they're always doing something. So what I mean by that is, they don't want to grow so fast that the integrity of the product is reduced. I appreciate that they have a very methodical approach to adding on and layering on different modules and, different things that they see the tenants, their clients need. They're really listening. They're really adapting to our needs and providing and offering more and more to really make it a seamless operation.